Hey, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday and it's day 3 of our 5-day scale workshop series all week this week, every day, 3 p.m. Eastern time. I'm coming live to you on YouTube and on Facebook as well to give you amazing, important nuggets that will help you grow and scale your coaching or consulting business. And our goal is to get your business to at least $40,000, $50,000 or more in monthly income, right? So we are here every single day. Come on in here, join me. We have the chat going. I have Vicky here, and Tracy, and Kim, Carla. Lynn is here, Lori on Facebook. We have Mimi joining in. Who else? Jude. Thank you all so much for joining me again. Today is going to be really exciting because we will talk about sales. So today is all about what I would call the elegant energy of sales and how to close more of your sales calls and really how to close at least 40% of them with ease. And my big wish is that after watching today, you will have a really sweet mindset around sales, right? Something that will allow you to sell for the long term and really enjoy the conversations you're having with your people, bring the right clients into your business and really have a good time. So you want this to feel good, but also be very effective. And, there's lots of talk out there about, I'm a closer. And I can't tell you how much I actually hate the word closer. I would never call myself a closer. And I don't like that because it has sort of a harsh feeling behind it, right? I'm going to close you. It almost feels like I'm going to do something to you. I'm going to jump your throat and I'm going to just make you buy. And that's really not what it's about, especially if you are a woman, right? So we females, we like to approach sales in a whole different way, naturally with our feminine energy. And even if you're a guy, you may like to, close people hard, but really people nowadays, they're smart and people like authenticity. They want to be treated with respect and they want to be, really valued. And the sales conversation does not have to be a bad experience. In fact, it can be a really, really great experience for you and also for your people. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. Lots around mindset. And then if we have time, I'm also going to get into the more tactical pieces of an actual sales conversation. But as you'll notice, the mindset that you bring, you as the coach or consultant, is your number one tool and the number one most important thing you need to, really get yourself into when it comes to selling. Also wanted to give you a reminder today. So we're 3 days in. And we've gotten a lot of questions about our event that's coming up and about Marketing Mastery. And so I want to remind you that Marketing Mastery is offered all week, right, this week, and it's expiring on Saturday. And what this is really is it's access to our most popular marketing and sales training at a huge discount. So the regular price, the retail everyday price of Marketing Mastery is $5,000. And it includes an 8-week program where you work with me and my team side by side to implement our marketing strategy. And I showed you what that looks like yesterday. So it's webinar based, it's based on what we call confetti. It's also very strategic, based on a funnel, and it's based on running ads or promoting the funnel through free methods as well. But that's not all. In Marketing Mastery, we go very, very deep into sales. The sales process, we help you script it, but we also help you adopt a really healthy mindset around sales. So the goal of Marketing Mastery is for you to have at least 5 to 10 new clients in your business 8 weeks later or sooner than that. And then for you to be able to rinse and repeat, right? Do this every single month, set it up on autopilot if you want to, and make consistent income. And the price literally is insane. I'm looking at this, it's an insane, and you're never going to see this pricing ever again. I can promise you that. This is a once a year opportunity, and we're just doing this because we have, this happening, this challenge, our events coming up. And so you can get into Marketing Mastery for only $14.97. So the way you want to look at it is if you don't know how to market yourself right now, or you don't want to do it all yourself, and experiment and maybe get it right, but maybe not. If you want a shortcut, if you want my templates, my spreadsheets, my examples, and if you want my eyes looking at your stuff and giving you green light, you should take me up on this offer this week, right? Because again, there's nothing else like it out there. And this is how we have run our business. And as you know now, we are on the Inc. 5000 list. We rank 107th of the fastest growing companies in the United States over the last 3 years. So this little strategy that I'm giving you is not so little, as you can tell, because it helped us to become one of the fastest growing companies in the entire country. And it's yours for $14.97. So if you feel that I can give you at least one coaching client, at $14.97 with this program, you should be investing right now instead of doing it yourself, not doing anything at all, which is the worst thing you could do, right? Or struggling. So let us fast track it. Let me help you. My team's going to be there on your side as well. And really master marketing and sales for good. No more programs, no more, messing around, no more trial and error. And so really, after you watch this training this week, if you don't buy this program, that's fine. But then I don't want to hear any more complaints about marketing. Don't come back to me saying I don't have clients. Don't come back to me saying I can't sell anyone. All I'm going to say is too bad. Because I gave you the golden egg and you didn't want it. So that's totally up to you. So as you can tell, I'm passionate about my stuff because I know it works, right? I can guarantee my program works. Guarantee hands down. What I can't guarantee is that you will do the work. So I can't guarantee that you will work. But if you show up, if you ask the questions, and if you come, on our calls and you just do everything step by step, you will get the results, no doubt. So that's just a quick reminder. Also, if you only want a ticket, so you might say, you know what, this is not for me right now, but I want to meet Carolyn and her team live in person, then you should get your ticket to From Passion to Profits live this week, because the tickets are selling for $4.99 regular price right now, and the prices will continue to go up. But if you want your ticket essentially for free this week, go to our checkout page down below on the replay page. And if you're in my chat right now, you'll see a purple button, okay? If you don't see a purple button, Facebook, I'm going to put the links below after this is over and once we're not live anymore. But there's also a checkout for just tickets. So you can get your ticket for $99, which is refundable, okay? It's a $99 refundable reservation fee, which you pay now, you get your ticket, and we refund that entire amount once you come live. And that just tells us that you're serious, you're going to be showing up, and we will hold a seat for you at the event. Again, From Passion to Profits Live is our big annual event. Just coaches and consultants from all around the world. Several hundred people come to our event every single year, and we coach and teach you for 3 days straight. So all this week, you're getting an hors d'oeuvre. You're getting a little bit of a sampling from me, right? So I'm giving you some nuggets, some tidbits here and there. But at the event, you will be with me for 3 days, all day, every single day. And we will go really, really deep, and you will do the work. You will work through the worksheets and the exercises with me. You will build an actual business plan. And the event is designed for your business to get to 7 figures, okay? So you're following along my footsteps, my tracks, and I've paved the way for you. I've proven out, the entire system. I'm going to show you how to do it and help you follow along so you have a model that you can believe in, because it works, obviously, right? So you believe in this model, you buy into, what I'm giving you, you're coachable, you're resourceful, you're committed. And with that, you will get your business plan, and then you'll be able to implement. You come home, you execute. There's no more wondering what you should be doing. There's no more buying other courses or programs or nothing. There is you knowing this is what I want to do. This is my goal, and Carolyn gave me the steps. And then you're executing and implementing with confidence and clarity. That's what I want for you. So either buy the bundle, buy the ticket, no matter what, take advantage of what we're offering you this week, because it really is a one-time offer. It's this week. Once it's gone, it's gone. It will not come back. So let's see, who is here? Who is excited about sales? Or should we say, who is not so excited about sales? Because most people don't really like sales. Right? Most of us don't really have a good mindset around sales. Just a quick question here, Vicky, marketing mastery starts immediately. So Our programs don't start and stop. We don't launch anything. We have our programs on an ongoing basis. So when you enroll in Marketing Mastery, you get access to your curriculum, to your 8-week curriculum, and you come on those calls that happen with us every Friday for 2 hours from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern time. And that's when we will check in and we'll say, Vicky, how is module 1? How is your webinar coming along? How is your opt-in page? How is your hook? How are your emails? What about your sales calls? So you come in this program and you start immediately. No delay whatsoever. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so Kim is saying, trying to be excited about sales. Yeah, so the biggest problem with sales is that we don't enjoy it. And we bring our own baggage, our own mindset stuff to the sales call. And when you approach sales with a mindset that's not healthy, that's not serving you, you'll have a really, really hard time selling. A really hard time selling, because I believe that sales is what? Energy. Sales is all in the energy, right? And so what do we associate sales with right now? Give me some words. Facebook. When you think sales or sales calls, YouTube, what are you thinking? And I wrote some down here, but what comes up for you naturally? Money, yes, right? So success, it's necessary. But let's be honest. A lot of us say sales is what? Kind of sleazy. Maybe you feel like you're tricking people. You have this script and you have to say things and, it's not real. And maybe you don't even like to be sold to, right? When you think about you buying stuff, do you like to be sold to? Have you ever had an experience with maybe a salesperson that you didn't really enjoy? Probably, right? You kind of feel uneasy. You feel kind of nervous. Yeah, you're trying to convince people. You're kind of convincing them. You're pushing yourself on them. It's kind of awkward. You're afraid. You don't know what to say, right? All of these things. And that puts you into an energy that will give you a huge disadvantage right off the bat when you're on a sales call. And why is that? It's because we've had past experiences, right? I remember many experiences in my past where I bought things and it was a huge investment for me, or I wasn't quite sure, or maybe it was even a small investment, but the salesperson was just kind of nasty, right? And I just wanted to go away. I wanted to go away. I didn't want to be sold to. I wanted to make my own decision. And so, think about you shopping nowadays. When you go in a store and the sales rep comes up to you and wants to help you, what do you say? Oh, I'm just looking. I'm just looking, right? And what that means go away, leave me alone. I say it all the time myself. I'm just looking. So you already have your buyer's defense up and you don't want to be sold to. A lot of times it's also your own money story. I had a client once and she did our webinar. She got sales calls like no one's business. So sales call, but she couldn't close any of them. And it's not because the leads were bad. It's because she had her own money story coming up on these calls. Until one day I figured it out and I said, do you ever talk to them about credit? Do you ever ask them about credit cards, about taking out a loan, about going to a bank? And she said, oh no, I hate credit. I would never use a credit card to buy stuff. And that's it. And I said, well, that's why you can't sell. That's why you can't sell, because you're projecting your own, resistance, your own hesitation about money and credit onto the call, and you don't even ask them. And so when you're a coach, right, and you're selling something that's a couple $1,000s, chances are your leads will use credit to pay for you, right? Maybe they have savings, maybe they have the money in an account somewhere, but many people nowadays live paycheck to paycheck. We did a huge study last year, and there were surveys and we collected data because we wanted to know what's actually happening in this country. Do people have money? How are they spending the money? And we found that a majority of people live paycheck to paycheck. Even if they have money, even if they make $200,000 a year, they still spend it all. They spend it all. People don't save anymore. And they still say, my financial situation is not that good. So if you're in coaching right now and you want to command what I would call a premium price, which you should, your clients will most definitely use credit. And if you're not comfortable using credit yourself, you won't be making much money. because if you're not using it yourself and you're not comfortable doing it, you won't be able to get your leads to do the same. So that's a big issue, right? So those are society's rules around money and what's smart and what's not smart, and we can't be using credit in all these stories. Maybe it's from our parents. I remember growing up in Germany, and if you know anything about the German culture, we're very systematic. We're very, let's take it slow. Let's really analyze it. We're really down to earth. So my grandpa, he was the most conservative German guy you would ever encounter. And he essentially raised me. My grandparents raised me. And so growing up, all I ever heard was, Carolyn, don't pay that much. Save your money. Be careful. Don't take a risk. So I was raised, even though he had a lot of money, he was a businessman. He had real estate. He owned a campground for a while. He owned a hotel. He had money everywhere, but he would literally do things and fix things in the house himself, so he wouldn't have to spend money on hiring someone. So to that degree. So I grew up thinking, oh my God, money is scary. We can't lose money and we can't spend money. And oh my God, we can't be in debt and we can't be, wasting money. All of that to me was really, really bad. So moving into a business, what do you think happened? I had to really rewire my brain and get to this point where I was able to take out a loan. I was able to, invest and take a risk and waste money sometimes. So I had to sort of adopt this whole new money mindset, right? So you want to start, when you look at sales, forget the script, forget overcoming objections. None of this will help you if you don't have the right mindset. So a little bit, in a couple minutes, I want to give you 7 or 8 really, really healthy mindset tips. And I would love for you to write them down, because then what you can do is read them, internalize them, and say, okay, so where does my mindset need to be? I'm feeling this. I'm looking at it this way. I'm adopting this type of attitude. And it refreshes your mindset and where you really need to be to get yourself into the right state so that you can sell and feel great. Okay, so that's where we want to go. So let me take a look at my chat. You feel, okay, so yeah, you feel uncomfortable, you feel awkward, not authentic. Mickey says, I'm a terrible potential client. Yeah, and it's that, you're frustrated, you're begging. So you want to realize that about yourself, right? And because when you get into this sales conversation, you need to be so free talking about everything that might come up. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. And so you can't be stuck up. You can't be afraid of money and getting into pain points and bringing emotion up and all these things, because in coaching that will happen for you, because coaching is very deep. It's very personal. You're not selling a vacuum, right? Cleaner. You're not selling a dishwasher. You're selling life transformation. And that goes deep with people, and that takes, that takes some real depth. So what is the solution to all of this? The solution is to have to have standards when it comes to your mindset that you can remind yourself of almost every single day, especially when you sell, when you have a day full of sales calls. You want to do your mindset for at least a half hour to an hour before you even jump on this call. Your sale is made an hour before you jump on the call, not on the call. It's all in how you prepare yourself to get ready for your day. Right? Because I have this little chart, and I always look at it, and it says, your beliefs create your potential. If you believe you can do something, if you believe you're good at it, if you believe it's going to be a great experience, right? Your potential does what? It increases, it expands massively. And therefore, if you think there is more potential for you, you'll go all in. You'll be more committed. Your action is going to be much greater. And therefore, what? Your results will be greater. And results is sales. So if you believe a sales call is amazing and you have that potential and you're a great salesperson, right? And it's fun and you actually in service to the lead, then you actually go in a lot more, intensely and fiercely and lovingly even. And therefore, you have a much greater results. It all starts up here with everything you do. You're not going to sell by chance. You won't just get lucky one day. Maybe you will. Maybe someone sees you and they're so in love with you, they will buy, regardless of what you say. Sometimes when I listen to sales calls and we have new reps on the team, I would say, you know what, this person bought despite of you. You were so bad on this call, but they still bought because they wanted it. Now, I don't want you to be that way. That happens sometimes. But the point is, guys, really, really important mindset. So here are some tips. Are you ready? Are you still with me or are you sleeping? I hope you're not sleeping. Who's ready for some really healthy mindset shifts? I have 7 of them for you. Are you ready? Yes, yes. Facebook, wake up. Give me some yeses. Give me some hearts. Give me some comments. And I see something happening there. YouTube, bring it. Thank you, Vicky. Catherine, yes. Kelly, awesome. Carla, Kadisha, awesome. Perfect. Facebook's waking up too. Lovely. Okay, so we're ready to go. So number 1, and really honestly, get yourself a journal. What I would love for you to have is a healthy sales mindset journal, where when you're not feeling it one day, you can literally, I wish I had something here to show you, but you could get your mindset journal out for sales and read it and remind yourself of how you want to feel. Oh, this is how I want to feel, and this is how I want to show up. Right? Sometimes you're so in your own head that you can't even get out of it, and you need a healthy reminder. So write those down, really important. The first thing we want you to do before a sales call is to set the right intention, right? To really get yourself in state. Maybe call it state management. What is my state right now? Am I excited? Am I in appreciation? Right? Am I in a state of service and love? What state am I in? Right? And I really want you to close, you would even close your eyes before a sales call and not meditate, but visualize you taking a credit card number, you running it, you really getting this person so excited, you having an amazing time with that person on the phone, really building this strong connection with them, making a new friend. And that person saying, oh my God, Rita, you get me so much. Brenda, this is the best call I ever had. You're serving me so deeply right now. And you just feel like this is just going so well, and it's a great connection. The rapport is there, and you're showing up as a real expert, right? You're this expert, you're this authority, right? You're the doctor on this call, and you feel amazing. You feel amazing. Do you feel this excitement? This is how you want to go on these calls, but it's for you to make that happen. Right? So if you ever went to any of Tony Robbins' events, which I'm a huge fan of, he will tell you about state management. And you don't wake up every single day, being ready and rah, ready to go. And I'm so happy right now. It's your job to get into that state. So ask yourself, what's my intention for today? What state do I want to be in? The other thing you need to do is be really present. So this is only number 1, your state. Present. And again, I can't tell you how many calls I listen to, and I feel like, are you shopping? Are you online shopping? Or are you actually listening to that person right now? Because you're missing things, and it feels like you're just too much in your script, where you're not really present in the moment. You're looking at the script and what you should be saying next, instead of being really present with your lead and that person, right? So that's number 1. So we will call it, Melissa, what are we calling it? State management. Yeah, so intention setting, state management. Be present. Perfect. So I'm going to write that down. Love it. Number 2 is that this is really important. How many of you here feel that when you're selling, you're actually, you're congruent. You're doing something that's in the best interest of the lead, right? So you believe that your program is the best thing that ever happened to them. It's the best thing that can happen to them, right? And you showing them what it is, and you telling them it's for them, and arguing with them, and maybe helping them make a decision, and maybe pushing them a little bit, is actually in their best interest, right? And it's actually medicine for them. And they need it, because if they don't get it, what? They get sicker, they get more dissatisfied, they get more unhappy, they get more burnt out. All of these things happen, and you know that. But sometimes, and maybe you can feel this right now, imagine you're right now in a decision-making phase on a call. So it's like objections, right? So the person is saying, I don't have money right now. And then what do? maybe you know how to handle those, but maybe you back down and you actually believe them and you say, oh, poor you don't have money. Oh, it's okay. I don't want you to be in debt. I don't want you to, spend your money. So you're sort of buying into their, fear, which is just fear coming up, instead of saying, no, you need my program. I believe in my program so much. And I know you will be worse off if you don't buy it. You will not have this, you will not have this, you will not feel this, and this is going to happen to you. And you need to buy it right now. It's like a life or death situation. And maybe you feel like this is intense and I'm exaggerating, but I'm really not. So you need to be so in love and so convinced and so free of any hesitation when it comes to talking about your program, that whatever comes up on this call, you're able to stand in confidence, stand on your 2 feet and say, I respectfully disagree with you. And here's why. Here's why I think you need this. Here's why I think you should be investing right now, even if it's your last $500, right? And so do you feel like, oh, last $500? That feels, right? Do you feel the resistance a little bit? And it's natural because it's the money story. It's the stuff coming up for you. But your congruence, your belief in your program and knowing that it's the best thing for them right now needs to be so strong. It needs to be unshakable, literally unshakable. Because then you're not convincing them. Then you're not being sleazy. Then you're not being inauthentic. You're not being fake. You're not a salesperson. You're not a pushy salesperson. Then you're someone who really believes in what you do. And you want your clients to be better and you want the best for them because you believe that what you have is going to give them just that. Does that make sense? Let me stop here. I wish we could talk right now because I want to see what your reaction is. But how does that feel to you? How many of you here can say that this is really how you're showing up on your calls? With full belief that your program is incredible. Now, you have to really, know that it's a match. So if I have someone on a call and I feel like, the program isn't a match for you, and I don't think you should be a coach, and I don't think that you should be leaving your job, and, if, let's say you come to me and you say, I just want to make money online, and I really don't have a skill, and I don't even know what I want to do yet, and just show me how to make money, I'll say, you know what? This is not for you. This is not just about making money. If you have no skill, no expertise, no passion, I can't help you. I'm not the magic passion creator. You have to have that already. So if I feel honestly that it's not a match for you, I will not go there. But for the most part, with the marketing done right, you will have leads coming to you that will be a match. And then it's your responsibility to be that strong coach for them, right? And to hold them accountable when their fear comes up. Right? Yes. Fall in love with your solution, Mickey. Absolutely. Yeah. And you may have to remind yourself of it, especially if you're new. If you've never had a client before, right? You might say, well, I don't even know if my program gets results. Well, don't say that. There has to be something inside of you that makes you feel like my program is incredible. Maybe your own results. You know what it's like. You've been through it. You've stepped through it yourself. And that's the foundation of your program. So you know very well that it gets results. But you have to show up that way. Exactly. Delon Hughes, I know that I'm the expert and that they need it. Yes, exactly. So Catherine, so start it, every single day. And you'll say, I'm going to channel my inner something. You know what helps too? An avatar. Maybe it's a superhero. Maybe that sounds crazy. Maybe it's an alter ego and say, you know what? Today I'm going to channel my inner super Catherine. Catherine the boss is going to show up today and I will serve these clients to the best of my abilities. And if I feel that my solution will save them, I will stand up for myself and for them and for my program. And I'm really going to show that. Kim is saying it's outside the comfort zone, but I totally understand the rationale behind it. Yeah, right. And so, you really want to ask yourself, if that's outside your comfort zone, why is that? Where is that? And really work through it. Why do I feel like I'm doing people a disservice? Why do I feel like my program that I love so much hurts other people when they buy it? Why can I not go through this decision-making with them in a much more free-spirited way and manner? Why is that? That's not on them. That's in you. There's something inside of you that needs to be unraveled, that needs to be, brought up, some subconscious stuff maybe, and there's many methods for doing that. But really the biggest one is to become aware of it. So when you're on a call and you feel this, when you feel yourself tense up, that's when you got to push that away and say, I'm not tensing up right now. I need to be the neutral, inspiring boss, Kimberly or Catherine, right? So that this person on the other side, my lead, can be strong too. Because again, when we sell, a lot of times fear will come up for them, and they will, they're working through their relationships, or they're working through health issues, or maybe it's about finding a new career. It's starting a business. So for the most part, the things we offer are a bit scary for our clients, because if they were easy, they would already be doing it. So they're not easy. They're scared of them. They don't know how to do them. They require them to make big shifts and changes. And that's why they're not just going to say, oh yeah, whatever, I'll just buy. It's not like buying ice cream. It's a huge decision for people to invest in coaching, right? It's better if they have urgent problems, because then they can say, this is so urgent, I have to have this right now. But there still could be fear, hesitation, and doubt coming up. Can I actually do this? Will I actually get results? Can I pull it off? Am I good enough? So in their mind, when they say I have no money or it's not for me, really what they're saying to you is that they're uncertain. And then it's your job to be that strong, congruent expert that helps them step through it. Right? And so let's say that was that. The next one, okay, the next one really is aligned with the one we just talked about, and that's posture. Okay. A lot of us in the beginning, when we come on our sales calls, what do? How do we show up? We're like, oh, hi, Vicky, how's it going? Hi, where are you from? Oh, that's so nice. How is it there right now? Oh, yeah. So, and I'm exaggerating, right? This is maybe funny and you're laughing right now, but they're not going to buy from you because you're so lovely and so kind, and they love you so much. You have to be kind and lovely too on these calls, don't get me wrong, but the posture that you need to take is the posture of a coach. So when you're thinking about a mentor and a mentee, a coach and a coachee, right? So, or a trainer and a student, a teacher and a student, the relationship is not even. The relationship is like this. And it's not, we're not dominating people. This is not you being better than them or arrogant or anything. This is people naturally wanting guidance. They want to follow you. They want you to be the authority. They want you to be the coach they can attach to. If you're on the same level with them and you're all nicey nice with them and you're joking around and laughing and you're having a good time, but they really don't respect you, they may also not buy from you because you're not adopting the posture of a coach and someone they can really respect and follow, right? So this is something that's hard for me too, because I like to be nice and I want to be friendly with people, and I'm not very serious usually. And I'm naturally more introverted. So I don't like to really take the lead. And this is my natural, sort of way of being. So on your calls, again, it's really important for you to maybe have this avatar, have this alter ego, have this idea of who you want to be and how you want to show up, right? So that you can be an advisor for them. You can be a strong expert for them. You can be, loving but strict, loving but confident, because the most certain person on this call will win. The most certain person will win. And it's so interesting when you get into selling. One thing you should really do is learn personalities. There's one really amazing personality study out there, and it's a training almost by Danny Johnson. We're not associated with Danny at all, but it's a GEMS training, and we coach all of our sales reps on this training, GEMS, GEMS, and it will teach you that there are certain personality types, and how to identify them on a call, and how to mirror them and honor them in a way they need to be honored so that they feel good with you, okay? So it's really important that you learn that as well. But more than anything, your posture on these calls needs to be strong, right? That because you're the coach, you're not their friend. The next one that I wrote down here is believing in your own abilities. Believe in your own ability. So in your journal, okay, so let's recap a little bit. We say, my intention is to be in state and present and in appreciation and in a state of service and love. And I could already see me making the sale and the client celebrating with me coming into my program, right? And I want this for them. And this is in their best interest because my program will do A and B and C and D. And I have a list of 20 things that will happen for my clients when they buy. And I love it, and there's no doubts at all. And now with the next one, I believe in my own ability so much, right? I'm going to show up, my posture, I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm loving, I'm respected, I'm the authority in this area, right? I will take control of the call no matter what happens. This is your posture. And I believe in my own abilities, and I can blow their mind on this call. I can blow their mind because I have results to show, because I have myself as an amazing, testimonial case study. And I can sell this all day, any day, right? I'm going to bring my A game to this call, right? So believe in your own abilities. Again, if you're showing up in fear, and you're looking at maybe they have a form and the form says they're poor, they have no money, or something about the form triggers you, and you're going to show up on this call thinking, oh, they're not going to buy, forget this. Hey, who's there? And you're not showing up as your full, perfect, like potential self, that A game, you've already lost it. Except if they really want the program and then they don't even care how you show up and they're still buying it, right? But for the most part, it's your believe in your own abilities. So that's your next one. And then here's number 6. So number 6, and hopefully you wrote this down. I think Melissa here, my helper, our amazing Melissa is helping us keep track of all these tips. But the next one comes from Jesse on my team. And it's actually from Jesse's dad. So I don't know if Jess, you're watching or maybe watching the replay, but Jess is our director of operations, and Jess also does some calls for us. So she does some enrollments. And I don't know when she said this to me the first time, but it really stuck with me and I really love it. And she said, Carolyn, calling, making these calls to me is like making new friends, meeting a new friend every day, right? And you never know. What is that Forrest Gump saying? It's like a box of chocolate. Life's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So what if your leads are like a box of chocolate and you're just, looking at them and they're amazing and everything's new. So every single call you're taking is a new chance for you to make a friend, right? So how awesome is it to make friends from all around the world? And talk to people in London and Australia. I talked to a guy in Australia today, and for him it was almost 12 o'clock at night. And so I'm thinking, I'm talking to a man in Australia right now, and he's enrolling in my program. And I'm this German girl, and it just blows my mind how this world works and how we're connecting with these incredible people. Even the fact that you're watching me right now, you're from all over the world, right? And we're talking and you're listening to me, and it's just making friends. So you're coming on these calls, you have really no expectation but positive anticipation of making a new friend, really serving someone to your fullest ability, having a great time. And if you can serve them, standing up for them and fighting for them, because they may be weak, they may be afraid, right? So make new friends. Make new friends. Today I'm going to make 5 new friends. 5 sales calls, 5 new friends. Hi, Lou. There's our Louisa Havers. Yeah, she is, what a great friend in the UK. Love you, Lou. And then lastly, stay in gratitude, guys. Stay in gratitude, right? So what happens when you're not in gratitude anymore? What happens? And maybe right now, so let me take a quick sidestep here. If you don't have sales calls yet, this may not make a lot of sense to you because you haven't really felt it yet. But once you get to where I want you to be, and I remember these days where I was doing all my calls myself, 30 sales calls a month, bam, 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 every single day, right? And this is where you will be eventually. If you're doing it right and you're following our system, you'll have lots of sales calls to take. And what happens, and I see it on our sales team sometimes too, is that you can fall out of gratitude, okay? And it's a bad thing overall, even in your business. And that's when you come on these calls and you say, you know what, I'm not getting the right leads, and I'm not being valued by these people, especially if you've had 10 no's in a row, right? So I see it. It's true. When you come on my Q&A calls in Brand Your Passions or Marketing Mastery and you say, Carolyn, I had 15 no's. This is not working. The webinar isn't working. These leads suck. People have no money. I hate them. They're so arrogant. I don't want to talk to nobody. And it really happens. Right now you might be grateful for every single call you're getting, but eventually when you're falling out of gratitude and you begin to blame everything around you, you lose all day, every day. Not just in sales. Once you're in blame mode and you don't take full ownership of your stuff anymore, you're done. Because things out there won't just magically change for you. It all starts with you all day, every day. It all starts with you and you making the adjustment to your mindset, to your emotion, to your state, to how you feel. So, when you're grateful, you're coming on the call again with this positive appreciation, and you're appreciating that you actually have a chance to talk to someone. And you're so curious about this lead and you want to know about them and what makes them special. And it's just an open heart, and it allows you to have an open conversation. So no matter what they tell you, they might cry, they might, break down on you, they might tell you some really intimate stuff on this call, or they might close down. So you either have to hold space for them and appreciation for them, right? And be okay with emotion and be okay with asking deep questions, right? Sometimes you might have to say, you know what, let's just be honest right now. What I'm hearing from you is this. Is this right? You might talk about things that they don't talk to anybody else about, anyone else. It might be so intimate. And you wouldn't believe some of the things that we hear in our calls, but people, open up, and you might be the only person in someone's life that they can really open up to, because no one really cares. Hey, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm good. Okay, see you later. Who really cares how we're doing? Nobody wants to hear that. But this whole asking about how you're doing, what does that mean? It's just polite. So, you hold that space for people when you're in appreciation. Also, on the opposite side, once they tense down and you feel them closing, this feeling of they're moving away from you, they don't want to talk anymore, they want to get off the phone. I sometimes play this game with my team, which is a complete side note, but I'll say you stay on this call until they hang up. And this sounds kind of harsh, but what it does, it takes the emotion out of it, and it allows my team to just be on this call and continue to have a conversation no matter what comes up. So when they close down, you need to be able to say, I'm sensing you being a bit closed right now. What's the matter? What are you afraid of? Right? What's coming up for you right now? What concerns do you have? What fears do you have? How can I help you? Because when that happens, again, when you're in appreciation, you don't want anything, your own stuff, your own crap doesn't come up, your own, oh no, I'm selling him, now I'm convincing him. No, you're in appreciation, you're in service to them. Because you want them to make a decision. At least get them to the point where they say, no, your program is not for me. You're not for me. I don't want to see you anymore. This is it. So your goal should definitely be to get them to a decision in the end. And that only happens when your tongue is free and your spirit is free and you can say whatever you think you need to say, even if you have to ask permission. So here is something that I like to do with the money, right? If you have money issues and you have your money story and you don't like money and blah, blah, all this stuff, right? You might be able to say, thank you, Melissa, for all the notes. You might be able to say, you know what? Would you be open to talking to me about the finances? Would you be open to talking to me about your relationship with your husband? Would you be open to talking to me about, your childhood when you grew up, your parents? So sometimes all it takes is for you to just ask permission and see, and open the door and then unravel everything that's coming up. But again, you need to be in the right state of mind to do that. All right. So that's the last one. And maybe that's the most important one, but once you combine them all, you see, you can close your eyes and you see this person, this amazing, confident, loving, expert showing up on this call. And honestly, if you're showing up this way, you don't even need a script. Do you see that? Because you could have the best script ever. You literally could have like the most masterful script. And by the way, when you work with us, we give you a script. So we have this entire script, and we have some times I'm going to walk you through the steps of a sales call right now. But we will help you script it out for your niche and for your program. But if you're not the person delivering it the right way, again, forget it. People, it won't work, and maybe it'll work, but chances are, it won't, and you'll feel bad about doing it, and it just, again, the person feels bad, you feel bad, and then, it doesn't work out. Sometimes we actually listen to your calls. So I remember times where I had clients in BYP, and they just couldn't close. And it's like, she said this, and I said this, and she said this, and I said that. And I'm thinking, well, why aren't they buying? And then I have to hear it. So if you do sales calls, record them. Huge tip. Record your own calls and listen to yourself. And listen to, how you come across, how you show up, the energy you have. And so when I listen to some of these calls, I can pretty quickly identify what's going wrong, because I can sense how you're feeling by the way you talk. and your lead can sense it too, of course. They may not know exactly what's going on, but they can sense it. So you listen to it, and then you really feel those little interpersonal nuances in that conversation. And you can tell whether you're just going down a script or whether you actually, put your mind and your heart and everything into that conversation, right? Make sense? Yes, yes, yes. Good. See, I have this habit of saying yes, yes, yes. I don't know why I do that, but I do it all the time. Anyway, so quickly, we have 15 minutes because I never want to keep you more than an hour. I want to give you the 10 sections of a sales call. Okay, so this is not a script training, but this is the 10 pieces, the 10 sections that should be in your script, in your sales script. Cool? Who wants that? Who wants it? Anybody? Let me see my chat. I'm only going to do it if you want it. Yeah, should we do it? 10 sections of a sales call? Yeah, and if we missed anything, we'll go back later. But yes, okay, yes, you want it. You want it. Perfect. Love it. Okay, good. So Facebook, you're still awake? Perfect. Awesome. All right. So let's make sure we have all of them and we're not missing anything. There's 10, okay? 10 of them. Section number 1 is your rapport. Okay, that's the easiest one. Usually everybody gets that right. This is a rapport. That's where you kind of put yourself at ease. It puts the person at ease. You kind of get to know them a little bit. So you're building rapport. That's a little bit of small talk. So you want to do some small talking with them without lowering your guard too much. You still show up as confident. Hi, this is Carolyn Soldo. I'm calling you for your breakthrough call. How's it going today? Where am I calling you right now? Right, so still attitude, a little bit of confident attitude, rapport. Number 2, so I'm going to leave it at that. There's really, rapport or support. You guys get that. Number 2 is important when you frame the call. So section number 2 is framing the call. And what that does is it gives the call a structure, and it shows that you have a plan for the call, and it puts you in that expert position right away. Okay, so framing the call means I would say, Lou, thanks for being here today. We have 60 minutes or 50 minutes today for this call. It's a breakthrough call. And our goal today is to really go deep and have an honest conversation about your business. I want to know where you are right now, what's not working, what's working, where you want to go, what your goals are, and how I can bridge the gap for you, or how I can fill in the blanks for you. And make a plan for your business to grow and for your business to thrive, or whatever you want to say, right? So you set the stage, and you set that expectation that you are leading the call as the expert, and you have a plan, right? And it makes them feel taken care of. It's not just a chit-chat conversation that is meaningless. It is an actual planned conversation that's going to be deep. It's going to be honest. Right? And it's important. They need to take this time with you seriously, because you're going to take a whole hour. That's your valuable time that you're never going to get back. So they need to better take it seriously when they speak with you, because you are amazing, right? They will get so much value from this call no matter what. So framing the call is number 2. Number 3 and number 4 to me are pain conversations. Okay, so when I say pain conversations, I want to get really, really clear on the struggles and challenges that my lead is experiencing right now. And you'll notice that there's 2 types of people. It's really interesting when you actually know that. There are people who are what I would call away from people. And all they, when you say, so what brought you on this call today? They will say, I hate this and I hate this and this isn't working and this is, I feel so bad and I'm struggling right here. They will tell you everything they want to move away from people. So they're really easy. They're the easy ones because they give you all the pain points right away. There's also toward people. They will not tell you their pain points. They will say, you know what, Carolyn, I'm here because I want to build this amazing lifestyle. And I want to build, a business that allows me to travel the world. And I want to help people. And I want to make a real difference. So for me to get them back into their pain points is quite difficult because naturally they don't want to go there. They don't want to talk that talk. They want to talk about goals. Right? So it's interesting when you notice that towards people or away from people. But essentially, you want to find out pain points in their personal lives and also pain points when it comes to your subject matter expertise. Right? So let's say, for example, you're a branding coach. Okay, so for ease. And so, a branding coach, pains in branding might be, so how do you feel about your website right now? Do you love your brand? Are you in love with your logo? Do you know about your brand personality? Do you know about, how you're unique, your competitive edge? So you're pointing out that they're struggling in that subject matter area, right? So is it the relationship? Is it their health? Is it their business? Is it their career? Whatever that is, you want to point out the challenges in that area. But that's not their life pain. You also want to look at their life pains, right? So that means all of the impacts, the consequences that has. So your business isn't working well, therefore you have no time for your kids and you have no time for your husband, and therefore your relationship is on the brink of divorce, right? So your clients will have personal pains and also subject matter pains. So you want to explore both, if that makes any sense. So that's 3. So rapport, framing the call, finding the pain points in the personal life, finding the pain points in your subject matter area. Okay, that's 4. 5 is goals. So you're kind of in those pain areas, you want to explore the entire picture, then you move towards goals. So where do you want to be? Tell me in 6 months from now, in 12 months from now, in 3 months from now, where do you really want to be? Tell me about your perfect relationship. Tell me about, how you want to feel about you being a parent, or what does that ideal career really look like for you? What kind of leader do you want to be? Whatever your area is of coaching, doesn't matter, but you really want to let them bring out their goals because they will evaluate their goals and their pains compared to your program. And then they will ask themselves, can this program alleviate these pains and bring me to my goals? So they need to be aware of what those things are. And you need to know them too. So goals. Number 6 is when you build value. I want you guys, and this is where many of you fail, not fail, but you don't like it because now you're selling again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you're being this nice coach and you love it and you're petting them and it's all like a great conversation. 6, we're selling a little bit, okay? 6 is building value. And this is where you might say, so let me tell you a couple of things about myself. How much do you know about me? Maybe they know a lot, maybe they don't. If you do a webinar, they will already know a lot about you. If you don't do the webinar, you will have a harder time. But this is where you build value, and you might say, did you know, it's just a couple of things, and I don't mean to brag, but I want to tell you that we've literally worked with thousands of clients by now. And some of our clients are millionaires. And did you know that we were on the Inc. 5000 list this year? And did you know that we won 2 Stevie Awards last year? And did you know that, our charity of choice is on Operation Underground Railroad or whatever? So you literally show off a little bit. And with class, do it with class. But it shows that, number 1, you're confident. Number 2, you really love what you do. And you're like, this is pretty amazing. And it's all true, obviously, right? So you're telling them the truth. But it builds you up in front of them. It's almost like, when you buy a mattress, what does the person do? Right? They say, this mattress has organic cotton. And it's the softest thing you'll ever experience. And you'll have the best night's sleep ever. And there's all these sheep hopping around and whatever, I'm making things up, but every regular salesperson will tell you the most amazing things about their programs, about their products. So you need to build some value too and tell people why you're amazing and maybe some results. You could even say, you know what, you remind me, Lou, you remind me of my client, Kaylee, which is actually another client. And you might say, I've worked with Kaylee, she was just like you. Kaylee was here, now Kaylee is there, and you can do the same thing. So by giving them testimonial examples or results, you can also build value, okay? So I'm going fast because we're running out of time. Number 7 is a test close. Test close them. Before you ever offer them the program, test close them. This is what this means. So in your opinion, if you had a step-by-step system to build your business to where it's profitable in 6 months or less, would you save time? Would you have less struggle? Would this be easier for you, in your opinion? Maybe they say no, but mostly they will say yes. So in your opinion, if you had a coach on your side, or if you had, a plan or accountability, if you had accountability, do you think that you'd be able to, open up the communication with your spouse again? In your opinion, yes or no? So really what you want to do is get their buy-in, get them to say, yes, I think so. Yes, accountability would be great. Yes, a system would be amazing. Yes, I want to, bypass my competition. I want to save time. I want to save money. Yes, yes, yes. That's your test close. Then you validate them because guess what? You have standards too. I don't want to work with just anybody. If you're not resourceful, coachable, if you're not nice, I don't want you. So you need standards. Validate your client and say, you know what, before we go further, I have some questions for you. So, we help a lot of people, but we can't help everybody. And for us, it's really important that you're A, B, C, and D. And you can, determine what that is for you. We say you need to be committed. You need to be coachable. You can't be, knowing everything better than I do, because then why do you even hire me? You need to be pretty resourceful. You need to be pretty fierce because it's not always going to be easy. So you validate them, and this makes them sell themselves to you. They will say, yeah, Lou, I'm going to be committed to you. Yeah, Lou, I'm going to be, coachable. Yeah, I want to be coachable. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, I'm going to work hard. Yes, I'm a decisive person. Because that will also later on help you when they back out. You might say, you told me you're decisive. So what's happening? Now you're not. And say it kindly. I'm a little, I'm making this, I'm role playing this for you right now, but you validate them. That's number 8. Number 9 is when you present your offer. So then you might say, you know what? I am excited. I really want to invite you in. I'm confident. I'm 100% confident that my program will get you exactly where you want to go. Right? So would you like to hear more about it? Yes? Great. And then you tell them about your program, about how it works, the results that they're getting, what's included, the delivery, all of that. Pause. How does that sound? Do you have any questions? Would you like to hear the price? Yes, then you go into price. And then the last piece, number 10, is what I call decision making. And that's where most people just stop. They just drop it. So don't forget about decision making. And that's sometimes called overcoming objections. But I don't like that because to me, objections are just, decisions people have to make. So I'm deciding, is it for me? Is it not for me? Can I do this? Can I not do it? Does it include everything I want? So when they say, I don't know, I have to think about it, I have to ask someone, I have to sleep on it, I don't know if I have the money, all these things, they're trying to make a decision. So now it's your job to help them make a decision. How can I help you? What will make this a yes for you? What decisions do you have to make? Right? Let's talk about this right now. Are you afraid of something? Are there any concerns? Is there something missing perhaps? Let's really weigh the options. What would happen if you did this? What could happen if what happens if you don't do this right now? So you're an advisor. You're not there with a hammer, convincing them right now. Now you're supporting them. And this is actually when you get to the point where you can be in decision making with somebody and you can really feel good and lean back and say, okay, great, let's make a decision right now. And you're really relaxed in that state, then you're really mastering the sales. When you can get there. And again, it goes back to the gems. Not every personality will be open to that. And some people will be more dominant, some will be more, laid back for you. Some are more open, some are more closed. So this is not a perfect, this is what I gave you today is like the perfect sales call. Not every call will be this way, but you can definitely try to make this as perfect as possible to at least know, even when you get the no, you can say, you know what, I gave this my all. Or maybe I didn't, but I know why it didn't close and what I can do better next time. Because all you can ever do is figure out, where you're weak and where you're not really excelling, and then work on it, improve it, make it better, and naturally get better and feel better. So you feel better, you're more effective, you're closing more, and you're loving sales. So those are the 10 pieces. I hope you got those. What questions do we have? Our amazing Melissa took notes. Love it, love it, love it. So a few more minutes I have for questions. While we're waiting for maybe some questions to come in, let me take a look at tomorrow. Day 4, tomorrow, I'll be back at 3 p.m. Eastern time, same time as today. And I want to talk to you about how to get over your fear of success and achieve what I call a quantum leap, okay? I'll bring you some case studies, but it will be mostly about your mindset and really this fear of success that holds so many of us back, and how to get your business to a point where you never thought possible before, right? So now you may be thinking you want to go here, but tomorrow you'll see that you can actually go up there and have results that will blow your mind. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. And then Friday, I'll give you an 8-week action plan, because we're talking about scaling. So I want to kind of pull it all together and even put in some new stuff that we didn't talk about yet, and give you an 8-week plan. And then it's a wrap. And don't forget, we have Marketing Mastery at $3,500 less, so huge savings, plus 2 tickets for you, for your partner, for a business partner, for a friend, 2 from Passionate Profits Live. And if you work together over the next 8 weeks, you'll be mastering marketing and sales and enrolling new clients into your business. That will be our goal. How much time do you give people to make a decision? Teresa is asking. So it depends on how I feel on the call. If I feel that I have done everything I can to overcome objections, to talk about all the concerns, to bring up all the fears, if I feel like there really isn't anything else I can do, I would give them, number one, I would ask for a deposit. So you should have some leverage points, and we'll teach you how that works. So there's deposits, there are fast action bonuses, there are all kinds of things you can do to really get them to commit to you right then on the call, which you should. But if not, I would say the decision has to be quick. Except if they say, I want to meet my accountant, I want to meet my financial planner, and I want to talk to my husband who's home on the weekend. So if they have specific reasons for why it needs to take longer, let them go. But realize the longer you let them think about it, the colder they will get, and the more they will actually move away from you, right? So yeah, and I wouldn't reach out in a week at all. I would book an appointment right then and there. So you're going to be in a really bad place if you just let them go and just say, okay, just let me know. No, don't just let me know. I don't want to be chasing anybody. Right? So, okay, how long do you need? 24 hours? What do you want to do? Do you want to apply for a loan? Do you need to be looking at something like what's actually happening in this time frame? And then when can we talk again? And then book them in. They can still no-show on you. They may never pick up and they may be gone, but at least you want to have the next appointment on the calendar so that you're not chasing them, because that makes you look, and that nobody wants to be in that position. That's just, no, not good. Yeah, when is controlling the decision, whether they pay or not, both long-term and short-term, how do you keep the leader coach posture? Elizabeth, I'm not sure what you're asking. How do you hold people accountable without pushing them too hard, having them cave? I don't think that there's anything like pushing too hard if you're talking with kindness, and if you feel that they're getting upset and annoyed, then again, it depends on how strong of a rapport you have with them. If you're talking to me and I feel you getting angry, I might say, you know what, I feel like you're getting angry with me right now. Am I right? And then you might say, yeah, Carolyn, you're pissing me off. It's too much. No, I mean, it depends on how far you can go. That's your intuition on that call. if you feel that they're really getting upset and they're closing down too much, you might think, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm going to let them go. And I'll say, you know, when can we talk again? And then you make that plan for your follow-up. So it's an intuitive decision, and it depends on how much you like the person and how much you connect with them and everything that you've already said to them on that call. Yeah. I find that when I'm selling for others, I can hold this strong posture. When I'm selling myself, my own programs, then I find myself softer and more nice. Yeah. You know why that is? So this is interesting. Elizabeth is saying on YouTube, when she sells for someone else, she's a lot stronger. And when she sells for herself, she is not as strong. And why is that? Because you take responsibility, right? When I sell someone else's stuff, I'm sort of like done. Okay, so I'm selling for you. You go to this coach, and if the coach doesn't get your results, I'm off the hook. It doesn't matter. But when you're selling for yourself, it's almost like you making a promise to them. So when you, Elizabeth, are selling yourself to them, then they will look at you and say, you told me this, you said you would do this for me, and it's your responsibility. That's a risk that you take, right? And that's why you want to validate this client and say, are you going to take ownership? Are you going to take responsibility? But that's exactly why it is. So when you feel that you're caving, or you feel more insecure, you have to work more on your belief in yourself and your belief in your program, and that you are doing the best for the lead. You're serving them, not selling them. That's interesting. Yeah. Kim, is it preferable to take the payment during the sales call? Absolutely. Always take the payment on the sales call. Always. Because again, when you let them go, something will come up. They will have doubts. It's almost like, you know, ladies, we know what it's like to buy shoes or like, you know, expensive clothing stuff. And why? So you go shopping, at least that's what I do. And I go in a store and I see something and I feel like, oh, wow, I really want this right now. It's like an impulse, right? And I talk to someone and they're like, oh, Carolyn, you look so great in this and you should buy it right now. And then I leave if I'm strong enough to say no. And then I walk away, but I'll never go back, except if I really want it. I usually don't go back. I'm actually not a big shopper at all. So if I go in a store and then I leave a store, I usually don't go back, except if, again, I really, really want it. But that happens to your leads too. So if you let them go, Kim, your chances of actually enrolling them will go down drastically. So absolutely take it over the phone. Yeah. What else? Can you, sorry, Dawn, I have this thing on here. Let me see. Do you email them a payment link when they're deciding? I actually take the information over the phone. So hold on, April, sorry. April says, do you email them a payment link? I take the information over the phone. So I will write down the credit card info or the debit card, whatever they want to use, and I will take it over the phone. So you can send them a link if you have them on the phone. Say, I'm going to send you a link right now. That works too. Let's see. Yeah, your Amazon wish list is the same thing. You put it there to quench the buy need. Yeah, Vicky, definitely. Yeah, good. Awesome. Any questions about the program? Any questions about the event? Anybody here on the fence? What do you need to hear to buy Marketing Mastery? What do you need to hear to come to our event? I mean, I can't tell you enough good things about it. Definitely, if you're a coach, you need to be there just to be with other coaches, to make that, you know, build that network, make those connections, you know, have those friends. You need to be with the it crowd, the people who are, you know, who are amazing. And it's a safe space. I'm telling you, the people we attract are amazing. All of our clients are incredible, full of integrity, honesty, love, mutual support. I mean, the mutual support, I think, is the best part, when clients are just, you know, friending each other and connecting and building little groups. And, you know, it just, you need that. Otherwise, you're alone. The last thing you want to be in business is alone. Then it gets hard, because it can be hard sometimes. Elizabeth, yeah, it's 8 weeks from when you start. So you need to get in this week, or you pay more. You can start next week, but then it's $5,000. So this week we're giving it to you for $1,497, and then it starts immediately. So if you enroll today, we get you in and you start immediately, and then you get access to the modules. They roll out to you once a week. You get to the calls, the Facebook group, you're in the membership site, you have email access to us, you get access to all the documents, and we'll take your hand. We'll go step by step through this with you. So this is not a course, you guys. You're not on your own. You're working with me and Andrea on Facebook ads, and Lisa or Star, our mindset coaches, on those calls. And the wonderful Melissa is there for you too. She's our customer happiness manager. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Vicky, make the 2K in the program. Absolutely. You know, we can even talk about, there's more social media mastery in the program as well. So there are a lot of different things that I can tell you about getting clients. It's not just a webinar. There's other ways for you to, you know, add value. And that's a high level term for the strategies that I have, but to add value, to get you in front of the right people and gain clients. So there's a lot of different strategies we'll give you to really, you know, utilize social media the best way to get the clients to you and not have to wait. The program is $1,497, $1,497. So $1,500 this week. The regular price is $5K. So you can either pay $5,000 or $1,497. So this week only, it expires Friday night sometime. There's a timer below, you'll see it. So you get it for $1,497, an 8-week program. That's usually $5K. And you get 2 tickets. So the retail price of our tickets is $499, so $500 each. So you're really getting marketing mastery plus the 2 tickets. If you bought this outside this challenge, it'd be $6,000. So you're saving a lot of money. Yeah, if you have questions about the program, okay, you can actually message us. So email us at support@carolynsoldo.com. And Rita, yeah, it's covered in BYP. So if you're already a client of mine, do not buy this. You got this already. So you're welcome. Yeah, if Rita, if you're already a client, Rita, I know you. Don't buy it. You already got this. Okay, so you don't need it. Yeah, so just email us. Kim, email Melissa at support. Facebook, email support@carolynsoldo.com. Any questions about what's included, how it works, what you're getting, you know, anything. We want you to be really comfortable with this so you understand about the event too, you know, where to stay, hotels. We have everything you need. So yeah, let us know how we can serve you best. Definitely. Cool. I think that's it. So I hope this served you. I always say that, but I really do hope this served you because I never want you to come to anything with me and feel like it was a waste. That would kill me. So I want you to feel empowered right now. I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel like you want to sell. So right now, I want you to feel like, man, I wish I had a sales call coming up. Man, I wish I could, you know, jump on a call with someone and get some calls. I really want you to be psyched and excited and full of just this positive love and draw them into you. That's the emotion I want for you. And really confident in sales calls. So whether you have them right now or you will have them soon, you'll be ready. And again, remember, the biggest piece is your mindset and how you're showing up, you know, how you're being, how you're feeling. And so go back, if you're watching the replay, make yourself that list, create that avatar for you, make that little journal we talked about, and get excited about selling, because selling is serving. We always say that. And I'll be back tomorrow for some good mindset talk and really helping you make that quantum leap we talked about. And then one more session on Friday where we will bring it all together with an 8-week plan for growing and scaling your business. So I'll let you go. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you all so much again. Love you so much for showing up for me here on YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Let us know if you have questions. You know where to reach us. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.